corresponding to that, you have subtle minds. So, when you, to be an effective dream yoga practitioner, you have to learn to become more familiar with your subtle aspects of your physical body by integrating that with the subtle aspects of your mind. So when when we have too many thoughts, too many worries, anxiety, expectations, and caught up with different kinds of painful memories and this and that, then we don't have the opportunity to really get deeper into our own subtle levels of the mind. And when we go deeper into the subtle levels of the mind, we then also get in touch with deeper aspects of our own body. And this is called, prana, nadi, chakra. Prana means something like psychophysical energy, and chakra is like psychophysical energy center, and nadi are the psychophysical energy pathways. So when we learn to deal with these subtle physical aspects of chakra, nadi, etc., then we can induce a deep state of presence, some kind of mental presence or pure awareness, where we are not disturbed by worries and anxieties and this and that. So dream yoga meditation then is designed to produce that kind of mental state where we can go deep into ourselves, not just mentally, but physically as well. Even physically, we are going deeper into ourselves. Not just a mental thing. It's not like a normal meditational practice, but it's a meditational practice that brings body and mind together. So when the body becomes, when we get in touch with the subtle aspect of our bodies, then we can practice dream yoga. And dream yoga practice is conducted in that way because all of the other practices, not all of them, but many of the other ones are done in a similar way, like mystic heat yoga or illusory body yoga, etc., is based on that notion. It's not just using the mind, in other words, but using the body to go deeper into oneself. So that's the unique thing about many of the tantric practices, is to use the body as well as the mind to going to that state of pure awareness. So one is not just doing some kind of meditation in order to to be aware or to be present or something like that, but one is using one's own body to do that. Now, how does one do this? I will explain that on Sunday, as I mentioned, but just briefly. Basically, what the tantric practice involves is the use of imagination. So when we worry, when we anticipate things, when we remember things, we use images. So image is a very powerful thing. And whatever image comes to our mind, then that arouses our emotions, feelings, passions, and of course, I don't have to elaborate. The use of advertisements and things like that, of course, plays on that notion. So, in Buddhist Tantricism, it is the same. So, sometimes people say, well, Buddhism talks about chakras and nadis and so on and so forth, the subtle body that I refer to, but I cannot see it, or it's there's no scientific evidence for that, or whatever. That's not the point. It's the imaginary body, which, according to Buddhism, by the way, has reality. Even if it's imaginary, it is real. Because, as I mentioned at the beginning, what is real and what is imagined is also not so, it's not something that we can steadfastly demarcate and sort of draw this demarcation line, saying this is the imaginary world and this is the real world. What is the real world? What is the imaginary world? What certain people may think of being real, because of their cultural background or their even their personal background, is also based on imagination. What a lot of it has to do with what one has imagined, what one imagines to be the case, what one imagines to be true. I don't want to sort of go into this too much, because I'm not Obama, but and so Obama may be real, and a lot of what he is may be imagined, or a lot of what he is real. Who knows? But I'm not, I'm not going to sort of do a cultural commentary about these things, you know, and you know, I don't want to sort of turn this into a sort of cultural theory kind of discourse, but it has to be said though that in Buddhism, really, what is imagined, what we imagine to be true, and what is really true, is very elusive and not something that we can really sort of put too much faith in, I suppose. You know, that's the word. I mean, there has to be some idea that what we consider to be real is like a dream. It is another dream. So we have many different kinds of dreams. We think when we are awake, we're totally rational, fully functioning, rational human beings, and then we go to sleep, and then all these ridiculous images flood, sort of our consciousness, and then we think, oh, this is so ridiculous, and you know, we wake up and we think, why was I dreaming about that? You know, I thought I forgot about that person a long time ago, but lo and behold, here he is again, kind of thing. But anyway, you know, so, but you know, really, this is what dream yoga is all about. It is a practice that is designed to teach us to think a bit differently, and to realize that what we take to be so real is always subject to change. And what we thought was real when we were very young, you know, like kids, or as a teenager, or whatever, and then what you think of as being real when you grow up, it's always subject to change. And according to Buddhism, if something is subject to change, then that has some kind of quality of being a dream. It is like a dream. Because the very definition, not really a definition, but the essential quality of dream is its mutability. In dream, anything can happen. All change is possible. The poverty-stricken person can become a king, or the king can dream about being this penniless person, wandering in the streets, helpless. And conversely, a person who's penniless can dream about being a king and ruling with utmost power. So, what Buddhism then is saying is that this is really possible not only in dreams, but it also mirrors what we consider to be reality.